All right, everybody, I'm what you need. You're watching my channel. When the news broke concerning Ryan Garcia, uh, I chose not to speak too quickly on it. Today, I'm going to speak on it. I'm what you need. You're watching my channel. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget you can like, share, subscribe to this channel. You can also donate via PayPal. The link is both in the chat, as you can see right there, as well as it is in the description. If you want to be a guest on this show right now, you can hit the link which is in the chat. Let's chop it up. We got a lot to talk about. As you can see, I put out there, Gaddam. Garcia popped dirty before and on the day of the fight with Devin Haney. What are the repercussions? So I'm not even talking too much. I'm not going to spend too much time on Garcia popping dirty, but I'm actually going to look at the repercussions of this. So that's what we're actually going to be looking at. So without further ado, let's get into this. But before I go into that, I just want to give praise and glory to the Most High God. The Most High God always comes first. And there is a saying in scripture, lying lips are an abomination unto the Most High God. I'm going to start off with you guys with this. Michael Benson. Michael Benson reported on May 2nd that Ryan Garcia has tested positive for Ostarine in vital drug tests taken on day before and day of his win over Devin Haney. Garcia's test also screened positive for a nandrolone metabolite, which is 19 norandrosterone. Okay, and nandrolone metabolite. I'm gonna talk more about this later, but this result is unconfirmed until further lab analysis. Garcia has denied cheating. Okay, we're gonna stop right there for the moment. There's a bunch. I'm gonna come back to Michael Benson in a minute. Now, he's not the only person to say this. Okay, he's not the only person to say this. We also have comments from Dan Raphael of ESPN. Dan Raphael says, this is the VADA letter sent regarding Ryan Garcia's 2 failed drug tests. So he had 2 failed drug tests and a questionable result, still to be tested for a second banned substance. Here is the letter here. May 1st, 2024. So the fight took place April 20th of 2024, and the letter was sent out May 1st. This is addressed to Ms. Kim Sumbler, New York State Athletic Commission, to Mr. Eric Gomez, President of Golden Boy Promotions, to Mr. Mauricio Suleiman, President, and Mr. Albert Leon, Vice President of the WBC, and Mr. Mike Mazzulli, President of the Association of Boxing Commissions, which is ABC. Okay, and we're going to read the letter. It says, Ryan Garcia, adverse analytical findings, Ostarine. Dear Mrs. Sumbler, Mr. Gomez, Mr. Suleiman, Mr. Leon, and Mr. Mazzulli. This letter is to advise you of the following analytical results on specimens collected from Mr. Ryan Garcia. 1. A urine sample specimen number 8013554 collected on April 19, 2024, and 2, the A sample urine specimen 7228667 collected on April 20th, 2024. Results of these analyses are as follows. specimen ID 813554, adverse analytical finding, ostarine detected. The sample also screened positive, but was not confirmed for the 19 norandosterone pending IMRS analysis is currently being run. So right now they're trying to confirm if 19 noandrosterone is also in his system because they're still running further tests. And then specimen ID 7228667 says adverse analytical finding, ostarine detected. So not only was this ostarine detected in his urine, okay, so there's a urine sample A, number 8013554, and then it's also, that was on April 19th, and also on April 20th, a urine sample again picked up. So it wasn't a blood sample, it was a urine sample. Two urine samples detected. The one the day before had ostarine in it, but also seems as though it also had 19 norandrosterone. Now, 19 norandrosterone, everybody knows that's a steroid, but it's used as a sort of both uh, drugs are used to build strength, muscle, uh, maintain strength and muscle. Norandrosterone is closer to testosterone, but they usually used as masking agents, or they are, let me say, not masking agents. They are, so we say, trace ingredients when testosterone isn't properly uh, created. They're residues, they're impurities that can show up in a sample. And so what happened here is ostarine and 19 norandrosterone was picked up by VADA. Now, that doesn't mean that because they didn't pick it up in other samples before, that he wasn't using this. It looks like he was using testosterone, synthetic testosterone, but because of the amounts he was using, he was microdosing it. It wasn't picked up. But these two PEDs, one being a SARM and the other one being a steroid, um, they were picked up. So I'm going to show you a couple of things. And like I said, goddamn to this because this information is so shocking. This is more shocking than Ryan Garcia beating Devin Haney because I thought, with Floyd advising him, etc., that, he was only prepping to face Devin, uh, 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 to face Devin using, weight advantage and training. In his training camp, he was preparing to be a welterweight. What I didn't know was he was also illegally boosting himself with steroids, particularly synthetic testosterone and probably a cocktail of other steroids, while he was training. And it just so happens, fortune just so happened that VADA was able to pick it up as Ryan Garcia was losing weight. I have so much to tell you guys in terms of information concerning this and why, no matter what Ryan Garcia says, the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association somehow managed to catch him on this because he was losing weight. And I think Victor Conte talks a little bit more about this, and I will allow Victor Conte to say his input on this in one of my videos. But it's not going to be, you're not going to see it, you're going to hear it. But I just wanted to go into tremendous detail on why this is tremendously inflammatory. I can't say, the reason I keep on saying God damn is because, I had advised Ryan Garcia to use whatever strategies it took and to be, dirty against Devin Haney. I was thinking be dirty with him in the ring. That is to say, be dirty with him in terms of how you fight him. What I didn't know was this guy went to the lengths that I didn't expect him to go, which was he got dirty outside the ring and in preparation for this fight. So I can't tell you how imbalanced this fight was. This is a guy who was doping on top of getting a weight advantage, a tremendous weight advantage against another guy who's fighting him from a lower weight class. And let me say that lawsuits will fly. And I do believe that Garcia is going to get suspended from boxing for a good period of time. This is very dangerous what he did. You know, the weight was an uneven playing field. Ryan Garcia was feigning like, you know, he wasn't disciplined enough to get weight. But meanwhile, he was training all along. So let me try to unpack this for you guys. And the only way I can do that is to start playing footage so you guys can get an idea of what I'm really saying. Because this is very, very serious and very, very dangerous what Garcia did. I don't know if this was on the device of Floyd Mayweather or not, but this is dangerous. So let's get into it. Let's start off with what Ryan Garcia said in the last press conference. Okay. And then I'm going to also play another clip. You're not going to see the clip, but you probably are going to hear the clip. Listen. And if it's too soft, you know, I should play it on my phone instead. Hold on a second. I'll play this on my phone instead. Because this is bonkers, y'all. This is crazy.
Positive for one drug. That's all I gotta say. Hey, Ryan, this is the best last week. This year, we're fighting Haney. It's a pound fighter. What's your thoughts on turning down $60 million and 100% people have $150 million, $200 million? I think at the right time, I feel like when Canelo comes to the decision that he wants to fight him, he'll fight. I think he is going to end up fighting him. I do. Right. You really come together. Have you had a chance? One thing you've been changing. Commissioner of that every big smoke week. I think you're good. Oh yeah, not a certain place. Hey, what if a boxing league? Imagine a boxing league where you could do steroids. That'd be cool. I think that's what they enhance me. No, it's called Pride FC. Is it?
Okay, you heard that? You heard what Ryan Garcia threw in there? And I heard this and like a red flag went up in my head when I heard it the first time. And for those of you who didn't hear, I'm going to play it back for you so you can hear it again. I'm going to slow it down a little bit so you can hear it again because I can't believe what he just said. Listen.
Hey, what if a boxing league? Imagine a boxing league where you could do steroids. That'd be cool. I think that's what they enhance me. No, it's called Pride FC.
All right, I'm going to play it back again for you guys because I want you to hear what he said. Listen carefully again.
Have you had a chance? One thing you've been changing. Commissioner of that every big smoke week. I think you're good. Oh yeah, not a certain place. Hey, what if a boxing league? Imagine a boxing league where you could do steroids. That'd be cool. I think that's what they enhance me. No, it's not. Oh yeah, not a certain place. Hey, what if a boxing league? Imagine a boxing league where you could do steroids. That'd be cool. I think that's what they enhance me. No, it's called Pride FC. Is it? Yeah, that shit's nuts. Hey, what if a boxing league? Imagine a boxing league where you can do steroids. That'd be cool.
All right. When I heard that, all kinds of red flags went up in my head. I remember this because they had just done the weigh-in. Ryan had missed weight. And then he mentions, what if there was a boxing league where you could do steroids? Why would he bring that up? You know? Okay, but that's not enough. But I'm going to play it again for you guys. I want you guys to hear it. I'm going to play it again for you guys. I want you guys to hear it. This is the video, Fight Hub TV. This was back in 2 weeks ago. I'm going to tell you exactly when. It was April the 17th, 2024. You can check Fight Hub TV for this, where he makes this statement, and it's so crazy, man. So I'm gonna let you guys hear it again. And remember, this video is not on this. This is about repercussions, but I want to show you that this guy was planning this all along to cheat. He literally was planning. And this is not something that happened overnight. It's not, oh, he just got Ostarine. He used Ostarine those 2 nights. No, it's not that. He'd been doping all along, and those things are sort of the byproducts of that. And it's crazy because, don't worry, I'll get to it. All right, here it is again.
Where you could do steroids. That'd be cool. I think it's called the enhanced. No, it's called Ryan Garcia. Is it?
So Ryan Garcia actually throws out what he's doing. Now, that's not all. That's not all, people. No. That's not all. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Oh.
On Saturday, right in
the fuck? It's a little weird. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, people. I'm gonna get it. All right, this is it here. I don't know if you can hear it, but listen.
Devin.
Okay, so he said, I'm strong. I'm strong. I'm strong. Now, I know y'all don't really understand, so I'm going to play it back for you.
I'm just ready to kick ass. I'm going there. Just fuck this man up. You don't understand. I'm going to fuck him up. You don't know what I've been training like. You don't know the vision I have. You do not know I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'll break this whole thing right now. That's how I'm fire. I'm strong. I'm strong. I'm strong. Strong. And I'm louder than that whole team. They got like.
So he said, I'm strong. I'm strong. You know why he's saying that? Because he got PEDs in his system. He got steroids in his system. He said, I could mash up this whole table here. Been microdosing. I'm going to play it back for y'all. Oh, what you need, going to play this a number of times, y'all. I'm gonna play it back for y'all. I think this is a game.
I'm going there and just fuck this man up. You don't understand. I'm gonna fuck him up. You don't know what I've been training like. You don't know the vision I have. You do not know I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'll break this whole thing right now. That's how I'm fire. I'm strong.
Talking about breaking the podium.
Strong. Want me to say? I've already said everything. I'm going there and just fuck this man up. You don't understand. I'm gonna fuck him up. You don't know what I've been training like. You don't know the vision I have. You do not know I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'll break this whole thing right now. That's how I'm fire. I'm strong. I'm strong. I'm strong. Strong.
Okay. So Ryan Garcia, he cheated. And it's only going to be verified in the next 9 days. He got 9 days to invoke the B sample. VADA still testing the rest of the stuff. And I'm not here to talk about, oh, why didn't catch him before and blah, blah, blah. And he didn't pop up dirty before and stuff. Well, they didn't catch him before because he wasn't losing weight. When you start losing weight, these things start popping out. It's not that he wasn't using it before. It's that it was masked before by microdosing. But VADA just happened to pick it up the day before, the weigh-in before, when he was trying to make 143 pounds. And on the day of the fight, because he was rehydrating back. You look at Ryan Garcia's arms. They were twice the size of Devin Haney. These drugs, they facilitate muscle growth and development. Look at his neck. Look at Ryan Garcia at 135. Look at Ryan Garcia when he just started to go into 140. Why is he using all these tattoos? The tattoos, again, are to mask shit. So you don't see the muscle definition these guys have. Conor Ben is the next guy. He also cheated. He also was doping. And these professional athletes, it's very prevalent in the sport. You see Paulie Malignaggi, he's inflamed. A lot of people are inflamed about this because not only was this an unfair advantage, it was dangerous. Devin Haney could have gotten killed in that ring because of a guy who was doping. So anybody defending Ryan Garcia right now, and no, I'm not being preliminary on this. I'm not being preliminary on this. Okay? Y'all just need to go to Dan Raphael's Twitter and read. This is not preliminary stuff. The stuff that's preliminary right now is the androsterone. Okay? They still trying to run extra tests to verify if that's really what they saw in the system. He popped dirty for us to read. And all of these things are the side. These are just the side drugs to the real stuff, the synthetic testosterone that's in his blood, that was in his system. That's why he was saying, I'm strong. I'm strong. He been training with that. But VADA didn't pick it up for a good while because he was microdosing. That's how he got away. But he didn't get away all the way through. The Most High picked him up. Like I said, lying lips are an abomination unto the Most High God. Ryan's never going to acknowledge that he was microdoping. The weird thing about this is Ryan came from a camp with Canelo where most of the fighters were found to be doping something. They may have got off the hook or whatever, but they've been doping. And then he goes into another camp, Coach Derek James. And now we don't know if Coach Derek James and his camp be doping. We don't know. He just dirtied and muddied Derek James's legacy. Okay? So the performance that Ryan put on was guaranteed to give him success because he had the strength and the power beyond the weight class, beyond super lightweight, guaranteed, beyond super welterweight. That's why he said, I'm going in and fuck this kid up, because he now had confidence. Because guess what? He didn't have the confidence when he had all those cheating things on his side. he didn't have those things. He knew Devin Haney was going to whoop his ass. So he decided he didn't care. He was going to go in there with every single advantage he could, by all means necessary, dirty as fuck. And he didn't care if he killed Devin Haney in that ring. He wanted to be guaranteed he could comatose Devin Haney with a punch. And in the very first round, we saw what kind of unusual power he had. Unusual reflexes he had. Because he cheated to win. So I'm straight up going to tell y'all as it is, because I'm what you need. Fuck Ryan Garcia. Fuck him. All that Jesus Christ bullshit. Fuck you. Fuck you. You a dirty fighter. You a fucking dirty fighter. Fuck you. So, and I'm saying it right now. People talking about it's preliminary. It's not preliminary. It's not preliminary anymore. Those are findings. The B sample is just going to corroborate what the A sample is. The man is found with 2 drugs, one steroid, one SARM. He's got 2 drugs in his system, and he probably had a cocktail of others. This motherfucker, just like Tyson Fury, the fucking fraud, that motherfucker had to cheat to beat the other guy because he knew he couldn't beat him on an even playing field. Just as how Tyson Fury didn't think he could beat Vladimir Klitschko on an even playing field. Just like how he didn't think he could beat Deontay Wilder on an even field. Fuck these people. I hope Usyk expose your fucking cheating ass, Tyson Fury. Dirty motherfucker. Fuck Ryan Garcia. He ain't fooling me. He could fool all those other people. I saw people who don't know shit about boxing trying to talk about Ryan Garcia. Yeah, he trying to pull the Trump card. Oh, yeah, Ryan. He beat Devin Haney. He cheated. Fuck him. He cheated. And I got to give mad props to Devin Haney. That motherfucker wouldn't stay down. The man had power, like freakish power. Freakish power. Unnatural power. And Devin took it and got back up. Now, it's going to fuck up Devin for sure later on in his life. He's going to have to take as much precautions as possible to make sure that he later on, it's not going to affect him so much now as later on, but it's going to fuck him up for sure. There's going to be, he lost a couple years off his life. So I'm really here to talk about repercussions, but first, I'm going to take my time. Fuck this. And I'm going to go through also some other stuff that Michael Benson said. Because I trust Michael Benson. He actually gives good stuff. Ron Garcia reacts to his positive test, this fucker. These are people who are trying to attack me for fuck you. Attack me for whatever reason. But no weapon formed against me shall shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And look at his arms. People, look at his arms. Oh shit, y'all can't see this shit. Let me. This motherfucker. I'm gonna show y'all what's up here. This bitch. Look at this bitch's arms. Look how big his arms are. Look how big his motherfucking arms are. This bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you, Ryan Garcia. Fuck you. Fuck you. Motherfuckers' arms show us everything we need to know. You been doping, bitch. You fucking cheat. Fuck you. Anyway, up Michael Benson's thing. Fuck this cheat. Michael Benson says, statement from Devin Haney on Ryan Garcia's positive test. It's unfortunate Ryan cheated and disrespected both the fans and the sport of boxing by fighting dirty and breaking positive not once but twice. Ryan owes the fans an apology by his recent tweet. He still thinks this is a joke. We put our lives on the line to entertain people for a living. You don't play boxing. This puts the fight in a completely different light. Despite the disadvantage, I still fought on my shield and got back up. People die in this sport. This isn't a joking matter. Absolutely. Absolutely. I could see a law case coming against Ryan Garcia. I can see a suspension for a very long time. This fucker, he's getting it nice, man. There's some people out here, man. Oh, you was really trying to take this back in blood? You was really trying to kill me? All right, Ninja. They would put out a hit on this motherfucker and kill him. You know what I'm saying? But I hope Devin Haney don't do that, because it don't make sense going into jail for murder over this. But he's lucky, man. He lucky, man. Yo, I don't know. I even know what I would have done if I found out this shit. If I found out this shit, I don't know what I'd have done, to be honest with you. This motherfucker. We're going to talk about consequences, repercussions of this. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it on this channel, because that shit don't fly. All right? We've seen Teofimo Lopez behave like a clown. We've seen, Ryan Garcia behave like a clown, right? We've seen Rolly Romero behave like a clown. But Rolly Romero wouldn't do this kind of shady shit. Rolly wouldn't do that. Rolly's not that kind of guy. Teo talk crazy, but I can't see Teo doing this shit. But this motherfucker decided he gonna do this shit. Michael Benson says Gervonta Davis rips into Eddie Hearn and defends Ryan Garcia over the positive drug test for the Devin Haney fight. They're doing anything to take away the win from. Get the fuck out of here, Tank. You're not the same motherfucker that was saying, oh, we got to check to see if he doping. That's why you did the rehydration clause. Y'all suspected he was doping. How y'all know that? How y'all know that? Fuck out of here, Gervonta. Eddie Hearn ain't got shit to do with that. Just because Eddie Hearn, Alicia Baumgartner was working with Eddie Hearn, and she declared how, she had shady shit come up in her stuff, but it wasn't shady, because at the end of the day, when Vada showed the stuff, she really was on it. Then she tried to find an excuse that, she used this supplement or that supplement. And so Vada was able to give her a pass because they say she took it in some sort of fucking supplement. You can't get by Vada. You can't get by USADA just like that. These are official bodies. They ain't got nothing interested in nobody. They ain't gonna just pop somebody dirty because some other promoter or some other network tell them to do so. That's bullshit. The truth is, these organizations pick up people who dirty. You've been doing shit that you're not supposed to be doing. You're putting stuff inside your system you're not supposed to have. And these boxers, they make excuses and they try to hedge and hide like fucking Conor Ben. We could all see Conor Ben was juicing. Who you fooling? We could see Alicia Baumgartner was juicing. Who you fooling? Look at your fucking neck. Your neck's so big. What you doing with such a ripped big neck? Conor Ben, same thing. Ryan Garcia used to have a wonky, skinny little neck. All of a sudden, the ninja got a neck. The ninja got 3 times the size of arm than Devin Haney. Looking all leathery and shit. We know that's testosterone. When you start to look leathery. We even seen it on Floyd. You start to look leathery all of a sudden and thick. Kind of thick, rubbery look. We know Lamont Peterson used to use it. Because he used to use testosterone. But he used to use it as treatment therapy. But you look leathery as fuck. Y'all know when these motherfuckers be juicing. And Ryan is juicing. That motherfucker was juicing. We used to get it on Pacquiao when he was juicing. That motherfucker was juicing too. That's why I used to get all those cramps. PEDs. This is terrible. Not just on the sport of boxing. It's terrible. Michael Benson says Devin Haney's father, trainer Bill Haney, on Ryan Garcia positive drug test. You trying to hurt my baby. We played it fair. Fuck boxing. This is some bullshit. I came from the streets. You scared of Devin on a level playing field? For sure. I feel fucked up over this. Absolutely. 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 And this bitch, you a punk ass bitch. Bitch. You lucky nobody putting a hit out on your life, you motherfucker. Man, that's things, man. Listen, y'all don't understand. That's stuff that people smoke people for in real. The New York Commission will now investigate Ryan Garcia's positive drug test following the Devin Haney fight and could overturn his win to a no contest. Nobody give a fuck about the no contest. Want to see this motherfucker out of boxing. That's what need to happen. He's entertaining and everything, but this motherfucker don't care if people live or die. He gonna cheat. And I thought the weight advantage was cheating. This motherfucker went all the way out and cheated. Fuck this dude. The New York Commission will now investigate Ryan Garcia's positive drug test following the Devin Haney fight. Could overturn. Nobody give a fuck about that. That's a given. That's going to be a no contest. Anytime somebody's popped dirty for drugs, particularly steroids, particularly testosterone-associated steroids, the fight is called off. It's a no contest. Garcia's promoter, Golden Boy, have said Ryan has put out multiple statements denying knowingly using any banned substances. Fuck him. And we believe him. Fuck him. And fuck y'all. Y'all are lying-ass bitches. That was part of his program. He was microdosing. Get the fuck out of here. You're not fooling me. You're not fucking fooling me. You're not fucking fooling me. I don't even know if Floyd had win of this one. But your name gonna be your name gonna be mixed up in that, Floyd. That's on you, motherfucker. We are working with his team to determine how this finding came to be, and we'll address this further once we conclude that process. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody being fooled by this shit. Nobody. Anybody in boxing knows what just happened. So this motherfucker, he got a weight advantage. He fighting in another weight class. He wouldn't fight for the championship at 140 and use these drugs. Nah, because he built too much fucking muscle. He can't go. So Tank, shout out to Tank and his team. They realized they need to get rid of that muscle, and that was the only way. This motherfucker been doping since he been on 140. In fact, from what I hear, he never fought at 140. He fought at 143, the lowest weight he had, besides Tank trashing his ass. Because Tank and his team knew this motherfucker he's a cheat. He's a cheat. It's true. Boxing is a crooked sport. Guys do what they can get away with outside of the ring. It makes me look at boxing a bit different, but I kind of knew some of this. But this shit, I'm telling you, man, goddamn is the only way to explain it. Goddamn is the only way to say it. Let's keep looking at Michael Benson's tweets here. Devin Haney on Instagram reacting to Ryan Garcia's positive drug test. Hey, he be clowning. Eddie Hearn responds to Javante Davis. He's a fucking idiot sometimes. Idiot. Why delete your tweets? You can't stand by what you said. You were told to take it down. Leave your tweets up. That's Tank going in on Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn has revealed that Devin Haney wants the Ryan Garcia loss to be changed to no contest. We already know that. That's a given. I don't even know why we even asking that. That you don't even ask that. That's going to be resolved. I spoke to Devin last night. He was absolutely furious The guy came in 3 pounds overweight, had PEDs in the system. He will want an immediate no contest, regardless of Ryan's innocence or guilt. He had PEDs in the system when he fought Devin and came in 3 pounds overweight. If you're Devin, you're thinking, "Fuck me, I've been screwed." Yeah, you were screwed for real, bro. You were royally screwed on that one. Royally screwed on that one. Royally screwed on that one. That's just fucking wrong. That's like a guy deciding, "I'm gonna fight you." I'm gonna fight you, but I'm gonna make sure not only am I bigger than you, but I'm gonna make sure I'm 3 to 4 to 5 times more powerful than I've ever been. I'm gonna use these pep pills to make sure I'm 5 times more powerful. I don't even know how Devin Haney didn't get knocked out. I'm pretty sure he suffered brain damage from that fight. Pretty sure about it. That motherfucker kept on getting back up and fighting and walking down Ryan. I'm not saying Ryan didn't have a good game plan. He had a good game plan, right? But there's no fucking way in hell them shots that he hit Devin Haney with was going to knock him out or knock him down. Devin's strong, and Ryan knows this. This motherfucker filled himself up. He became a chemistry lab. This motherfucker filled himself up with drugs. On top of that, this motherfucker decided, I ain't sacrificing to try to get down to no fucking weight. So not only are we dealing with a welterweight versus a super lightweight, we dealing with a doped up motherfucking welterweight facing a super lightweight. I can't even believe I'm talking about this. No way, shape, or form was this playing field equal. And I want to just stress this point as I go through Michael Benson, because Michael Benson generally, he gives good material and good stuff. Ryan Garcia's father, Henry Garcia, reacts to his son's positive drug test. Conte has been accused of having too close a relationship with Vada and his fund deduction. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Ain't nobody listening to your shit right now. What Vada does with their tests and their labs has absolutely nothing to do with Victor Conte. He may recommend people go use Vada and so on, but Victor Conte ain't got nothing to do with Vada. Nothing at all. And you think Victor Conte's ass ain't on the scrutiny all the time? And Heredia? Them two motherfucking criminals that got away? Oh, if Conte even slip up, that motherfucker going to prison forever. And and Angel Heredia. Them two motherfuckers. If Angel Heredia is still cheating, oh, his ass gonna be in grass. Okay? Look, people, it's so clear. Snack is part of Victor Conte. They sponsor Devin Haney, who's part. Your dumb ass was part of Snack, Ryan Garcia. You was wearing the Snack shirt on. The fuck you talking about? Man, I ain't got time for this fool. Microdosing his ass up. Javante David Black's shoes at your criticized reaction. And fuck Javante. He know better. He knows better. Eddie Hearn on fuck Canelo. Don't care about Canelo. Javante posting his DM with Ryan Garcia about his positive drug test. If you cheated and I'm defending you, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you when I catch you. You will see in the next coming days I didn't cheat. We just run it again in a real fight. But nah, I didn't cheat. Shut the fuck up. Cheated, bitch. We know what it is too. You was microdosing. And you was microdosing testosterone, synthetic testosterone. Enough of this bullshit. Terrence Crawford on Instagram. Watch me. I don't care about that. Conor McGregor is ripping into Ryan Garcia over his positive drug test and challenging him to a sparring session. I'm actually disgusted. If I was Haney's dad, you dead no matter what for doing that. See? He's thinking the same way. I done kill your ass. I'm going to kill you. What? You cheated? Oh, I'm going to get your ass. I'm going to kill you. We ain't rematching. No. We're not rematching shit. You going in a court of law, I'm going to sue you. Then after that, I'll make sure you get suspended for an indefinite amount of time, maybe 2-3 years. I'm going to also make sure that I get CAT scan or whatever, and I make sure I get as much damages from your cheating ass. So I'm going to make more bank on your ass. Conor McGregor says, cheated. cheated the weight, and was juiced. Lifetime ban. Yes, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Sad to see, sad to say, sad and a bit sick. Don't come near me if I ever see you again, Ryan Garcia. I'm actually disgusted. This Ostarine, it reminds me of Sean O'Malley was on that as well. I don't like this. I'll bust your ass up, both of you. Do you want to spar? I'll set flights right now for you both on full spar each. Hotel Black Forge Inn a lot. Let's spar. Two little Ostarine heads. I'll ride you both like you was ostriches. What the fuck is up? What do you think you are at? If I was Haney's dad, you dead no matter what for doing that. Crazy. What the fuck happened to you, you little fool? Get your head together, cuz I'm going to smash it with elbows if you don't. Fair play, Devin. Well done. Your performance has just become even more heroic. Bravo. Get your head together or kill yourself. I'm saying, man. I'm saying, yo, I am as enraged as Conor McGregor is enraged. Because he know what this is. He know what up. This motherfucker was microdosing. I'm going to say it again. I want y'all to hear what you need. This motherfucker was microdosing. Okay? Michael Benson in the building. Dan Raphael showing receipts. We're going to keep it popping. This is some bullshit, y'all. This is some bullshit. There ain't no other way around it. And this motherfucker talking like a clown? Oh, shit. Man. Okay, Michael Benson says, the manufacturers of ashwagandha root supplement, this is the one that Ryan Garcia says, it might have some of these things, appear to suggest it could be responsible for his positive drug tests, have now insisted their product does not contain ostarine. Okay, so the manufacturers of ashwagandha root supplement, which Ryan Garcia appears to suggest could be responsible for his positive drug test, have now insisted their product does not contain ostarine. You know why? Because ostarine and norandrosterone, they are impurities that come from people who buy synthetic testosterone and microdose it in their system. Okay? That's the real truth. So when Ryan Garcia starts talking out his fucking ass, knowing very well it wasn't no supplement that did that, he knows this. Just like how this guy that used to be in this, Oscar Valdez, was talking about a tea, and it was a tea that, like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Fuck out of here with that shit. This is terrible, y'all. Terrible. I told y'all, goddamn. When I said this, I said, goddamn. Goddamn. 10 days gonna come and pass. This motherfucker gonna get suspended. Fuck money. You gonna get suspended. This is horrible on the sport of boxing. Period. Horrible. Let me go back to Dan Raphael for a second. But I'm gonna tell you what the consequences of this gonna be, because there gonna be some consequences for sure. There gonna be some consequences for sure on this shit. For sure. For sure. For sure. For sure. We'll talk about that. Let's get back to Dan Raphael for a second. Mike Coppinger, he also covered this. So Armando J says lies Photoshop, and Dan Raphael says moron. Nobody gives a fuck about Canelo versus Munguia. Fuck that. Jeff McIntosh says, simple question, Dan. Why don't they have the results of the test before the fight? If a testing program is in place and a fighter is being tested regularly, how would it be possible to get a result from a test the day before the fight when it takes around 10 to 2 weeks at best to get results? Common sense. If in another questionnaire, I think it was to Victor Conte via what's it called? Shit, I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna tell you all in a second. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all hear what Victor Conte got to say. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let y'all hear what Victor Conte got to say. Let me see if I can find Victor Conte somewhere in here. Victor Conte, TMZ. So Victor Conte was interviewed by TMZ.
Ryan Garcia has brought you into this, and he has somehow suggested that you are, in a way, behind his failing of these drug tests. I would love to get your response to that. His conspiracy theory is completely wrong and debunked. I have nothing to do with this. I'm completely independent of VADA. More than a decade ago, when VADA first started, I was one of the first trainers, or whatever you choose to call me, sports nutritionist, that was referring my fighters, world champions. The first one was Nonito Donaire. This was back in 2012, and he did 4 fights, won 3 of those. He was tested by VADA. He won the Boxing Writer Association Fighter of the Year. So I have been sending my fighters, obviously because of my background, okay, and things that happened back in 2003, almost a decade later, in 2012, it was a good idea, and I became an outspoken anti-doping advocate in 2005, so I refer my fighters to VADA. That's the extent, of my relationship. Did I introduce Margaret Goodman and Flip Amansky that run VADA to people like Dick Pound, who was the founding chairman of WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, and others that helped them be able to do the testing at WADA accredited labs? Yes, I made some introductions, but nothing more than that. So you are not behind Ryan Garcia's positive? I am not behind Ryan Garcia's positive drug test. It's foolish for him to say that. There's absolutely no evidence whatsoever to lend any credence to whatever he's saying. Victor, would you consider taking any sort of action against him for saying the things that he has said, seemingly without any evidence? No, I've been involved in a number of legal entanglements in the past, and it's just not worth it to me. I'm a big boy. He can say whatever he wants to say. I'm a true speaker, and, let the chips fall where they may. Okay, I'm glad we got that part of it out of the way. Now let's actually talk about this substance here. Ostarine, I'll be honest, I had never heard of it until last night. Tell us about Ostarine, what it could potentially do, why a fighter might want to take it, what sort of benefits it might provide you in a fight. Break this down for me. Okay, Ostarine is something that is called a SARM, S-A-R-M. That stands for Selective Androgen Receptor Modulator. This classification of drugs are very similar to anabolic steroids. When they became first introduced, they were pitched as safer than steroids, but of course they promote protein synthesis or muscle growth as well as fat loss. They definitely enhance performance. And now some science has come out showing they may not be all that safe to take. And the difference is they supposedly target only muscle and not heart and other organs in the body. But there are many cases, boxers, back in 2016, Lucian Boutte, a boxer tested positive for Ostarine. This isn't anything that hasn't happened before. What kind of advantage? I mean, is it just a matter of it enabling you to pack on more muscle, to be stronger? Yes, faster, stronger, better reaction time. It energizes you. It helps with recovery. It accelerates healing and tissue repair after workouts. Definitely enhances performance. I've never understood this argument, but sometimes people will say, he couldn't have cheated because how could he be so stupid knowing he was going to have to take a drug test? So, I mean, is there a way to mask this? Is there a way for this to get out of your system? I mean, why, not necessarily saying Ryan did this, but why would a fighter, knowing he has to take a drug test, fail this test? How would that happen? Let me explain this. It depends upon the dosage, the frequency, and the length of time that you have taken the drug. There are several cases where people have tested positive for Ostarine, then tested negative, then tested positive, then tested negative. Now what happens is that some of these molecules can get lodged in adipose or fat tissue, and then when you do things like weight cut for a fight and you drop 10, 15, 20 pounds, okay, some of these molecules can be released and all of a sudden there's a positive drug test from exposure in the past. And you may have even had negative tests during training camp. But at some point in time, there was exposure. Now, there may not have been intent to cheat. We don't know this, but I keep hearing, oh, it was in tiny concentrations. Let me explain something. This test for anabolic steroids, as well as the SARMs and Ostarine, is a qualitative test, not a quantitative test. They have something called a mass spectrogram fragmentation pattern. It's like a fingerprint. It either matches or it doesn't. So you're either pregnant or you're not. You're not just a tiny bit pregnant. Am I making sense? He had exposure. Strict liability rule states you are responsible for what's in your body no matter how it got there. So he's going to have to go before a commission, the New York Commission, and explain and prove. The burden of proof is on him. He has to prove where he got exposed to this. Now he's going to have to look at all the supplements that he'd taken and other things. But if he's unable to prove that, then he's likely going to be suspended.
There's been some talk coming from the Garcia camp that he took ashwagandha root. Could that potentially be a source for Ostarine?
Okay, let's hope for Ryan Garcia's sake that that's where he got it. Okay, because if he can they'll get that bottle. I saw him hold the bottle and petting it, the ashwagandha root. Okay, let's hope and pray for him that is where he got it, because they will find that lot number. They will go buy that in a store. They will test that. And if they find it in there, then he could possibly receive what they call a no fault or negligence ruling, meaning he proved there was no intent to cheat. He bought ashwagandha. It doesn't say that it's got Ostarine on the label, and therefore that will exonerate him. My guess is that's not going to happen. They have pretty much cleaned up. I'm not going to say there are not supplements out there that are contaminated, but let me tell you what I think is more likely. When you make underground anabolic steroids, when you make testosterone or nandrolone or Ostarine or clomiphene, any of these drugs that these boxers are testing positive for, these are not coming from an upjohn formulated pharmaceutical where you can buy them at CVS or Walgreens, okay? They're being made in an underground basement lab, and they buy these powders in China. They put them on a hot plate. They cook them up in these beakers and flasks. They don't wash the glassware adequately because they're selling most of these, 80% of these drugs that are on the market are being sold out of the trunks of cars and dark alleys behind gyms. And they're for the purposes of building some bigger biceps so you can catch more pretty girls, okay? It's not for elite athletes like Ryan Garcia. So whatever else he may have been taking, the biggest barn door that's open at this point is synthetic testosterone. Your body makes about 7 milligrams a day. When they do the TE ratio, testosterone to epitestosterone ratio, it's 4 to 1. Well, that means you could take all the way up to 27 milligrams of testosterone per day and fly under the radar or the allowable limit. So guys can double or triple their levels by microdosing every day. But the problem is when they do that and they got a source of testosterone from an underground lab, it may be contaminated with Ostarine or nandrolone or other substances. Make sense? So it's more likely that, like I say, when you lie down with dogs, don't be surprised when you get up with fleas. So we'll find out. My guess is and prediction is we're going to hear a bunch of my dog ate my homework type of excuses. Let's hope for him that he can find a way to exonerate himself. And let's for just a moment talk about Devin Haney, my guy, and how horrible this is for him that he has to deal with this stuff. And until we get a reasonable explanation from Ryan, the burden of proof is on him to prove there was no intent to cheat. Because otherwise, I don't care if somebody snuck into your room and spiked your toothpaste, you're going to be responsible. The burden is on him. So
there you go. Dan Raphael continues on here. Chief Leaf says, the whole Ryan Garcia debacle has showed me that the vast majority of casual boxing fans No, fuck all of the sport. Man, holy shit. Yeah, most idiot cheat. So he goes into some more stuff. A5 says, you're sharing all this, but this is a confirm. Is it confirmed though? The letters is the confirmation. Oh my God, people are idiots. They have to send all drug testing samples to water credit lab in Salt Lake City, and they do, and that complicates testing for many substances. It's and do complicated testing for many substances. It's not a COVID or pregnancy test. Sheesh. Wow, the chat would have been rocking today. Today's delays come from logistics, not how complicated it is, which would be pretty easy to streamline by eliminating transit to Salt Lake. It's not rocket science. Okay, which water lab do you suggest, genius? Isn't the guy who created VADA a sponsor of Devin Haney's? False. Why is this coming out after the fight? Dude wants to shoot. He's like, Jesus. I love how Ryan Garcia is saying, you guys know I don't, I know I don't take steroids. Is enough for these people to lose all sense of reality and defend him. No, we don't know you don't take steroids. How would we know that? Should we play them Rafael Palmiero's testimony? Ryan Braun? A-Rod? I suggest funding a local in-house lab at the fight site. Seems pretty simple. Don't know why you're being so combative about this, to be completely honest. Dan Raphael's laughing like really a lot. These conspiracies are getting out of hand. Do pop dirty. That's it. Bingo. All right. So, and Dan Raphael actually engages these people in responding to them. One guy says it's super interesting how the Haneys came out with a statement regarding Ryan Garcia's positive test for PD. Then are now doing interviews promoting the fact that Ryan came out positive for PD. Also, how did Haney team and Dan Raphael hear about this before Garcia's team? Garcia and Haney's team were notified at the same time via the same email sent to both reps. Oh man. So that's Dan Raphael there. Mike Cuppinger also covered this via ESPN. Devin Haney was interviewed about this on ESPN. And rightfully so, he said, I'm not rematching a dude like that. Right now, I'm not rematching a dude like that. He's cheating. He's cheating to win. That's Devin Haney.
WBC 140-pound champ Devin Haney with us once again on SportsCenter. So Garcia denies the doping. What are your thoughts on the denial? I mean, of course. I mean, whoever got caught doping and admitted, I think it would have been the first in history. So, how would you describe what you felt in the ring? Was there anything unusual that you sensed? I mean, I can't really say that. I knew that it was a tough fight, obviously. I'm a special kind of fighter, so I never fought, and a guy has been that much better than me. I've never been overmatched like that, and I've been in there with the best fighters in the world. So I felt like something was up, but I didn't want to make any excuses or be that guy. At the end of the day. So I put it in Allah's hands, and I said, you know what, he was a better man. He was a better man that night, and I go back to the drawing board and figure out what's next. But it definitely had me questioning a lot of things, my preparation, my trainers, my team, myself. But that's what a loss will do to you in general. Now that the allegations are there, and again, we'll need a B sample to prove it conclusively, but how confident are you that things would have gone different if, in fact, he was doping? I mean, I can sit here and say how things would have went different, but it's reality. When I want to be on an even playing field, no matter if a guy's better than me or not. Right? It's only fair that when we step in that ring, we're equal. And especially, boxing is a brutal sport. You put our lives on the line. I could have, lost my life in that ring. And that's just reality. But I also could have took his life. He could have took my life. That's just that we run that risk when we step in the ring. I understand that. But when a guy is taking performance enhancement drugs, it's just it's dangerous. It's dangerous for the guys in the ring. You know how boxing marketing works. This is only going to drive more interest in a rematch between the two of you. How interested are you in getting back in there with him again? Honestly, I'm not too interested in it. During the build-up, we've seen a lot of interesting things from him. We've seen his character. We've seen the guy cheat. We see the type of person that he is. I don't see myself ever getting back in the ring. But I'm a fighter. I'm speaking, right now with how I feel. But we never know what the future holds. Hypothetically, what kind of assurances would you need if there was interest in doing this fight? I don't know. We have to see down the line. But as of right now, it wouldn't be a fight that I would really entertain. Like I said, this guy showed his character. He showed that he would do anything to win, including cheat. And that's just reality. A guy that will do anything to win. This is a sport at the end of the day. Boxing is just a sport. We put our lives on the line. So you put my life in jeopardy. So now it's deeper than boxing with me. I don't even want to. I want to take this thing somewhere else now because it's like I said. He could have did some real dangerous things to me that night.
So this comes to repercussions. Devin Haney says, RJ Jenkins, what's up, brother? RJ Jenkins in the building. He said, yo. So let's talk about the repercussions. Let's just get into that. I know I'm an hour in, but I want to get this out the way. Devin Haney's talking about taking this in a different direction. Okay? Because he broke the rules. Because Ryan Garcia broke the rules, he could actually be tried for assault. So when Devin Haney says, I'm thinking of taking this in a different direction, as George Cambosa so correctly said, that's an assault that happened. And Devin Haney can actually sue Ryan Garcia and his team for assault. Ryan Garcia could be on criminal charges. And so that's one repercussion. The second repercussion could be that Ryan Garcia may be suspended for a significant period of time as a result of popping dirty. And this was a high-profile fight. This was a huge money-making fight. We already spoke about the fact that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney made good money on this fight. We don't know how many pay-per-view buys it is, but like I said, I think it's around 1.2 to 1.5 million pay-per-view buys because Devin Haney got paid and Ryan Garcia got paid for this fight. So this was a huge money-making fight. And Ryan Garcia showed that he could be a huge money-making star. But the spectacular nature of how this fight went down was assisted by PEDs, was assisted by Ryan Garcia being able to come in as a welterweight, which is a whole weight class. It's basically he went up half the weight class. So he was halfway to the full limit of welterweight, right? He came in 143.2 pounds. The halfway point is 143.5. So pretty much he's just a little short of halfway into welterweight. Demo Gaming, what's up, my brother? I'm just tuning in. All right. Hope you're doing well. Yep. So we're talking about the repercussions of Ryan Garcia popping dirty. And yes, he did cheat. And this is clear to me that he was microdosing. For those of you now coming in, he was microdosing. He was microdosing testosterone, synthetic testosterone. The sample was probably a bit impure. And so Ostarine and noradrenosterone are sort of like impurities that would come out and be seen. And because he was cutting weight, and then rehydrating, the readings came out for those 2 days, the 19th and the 20th. But he was masking it pretty well. But this is not something where Ryan Garcia just, popped in, Ostarine and, nor aldosterone. It's not like that. It was treatments, microdosing treatments he was doing throughout his camp. And if you want, you can go back and watch the entire video that I did, put it on 2x or 1.5x, and you can watch through the whole video and see what I'm talking about. Okay, I went into detail. This guy's a fucking cheat. He's a scumbag. And quite frankly, boxing don't need people like that. Ryan Garcia showed us you don't need to make weight. You don't need to live the boxing lifestyle. You don't need to be fucking focused. All you need to do is you can use drugs. You can dope up. You can, playing mind games is cool, but you got to dope up and fight guys. He showed us everything you don't do in boxing. He really disrespected the sport. This guy don't need to be in the sport. He don't need to be in the sport. So me personally, I would have a lifetime ban on his ass. You ain't touching another boxing gloves ever. And just because Devin Haney didn't get knocked out or he didn't get even more severely damaged than he already got in this fight, and he's come back and he's talking and all of that, and his next fight's probably going to be okay, doesn't mean that Devin Haney couldn't got killed that night. Because Ryan didn't fucking care. All he cared about was getting the W. Right? So this guy not only came in overweight, which favored him in terms of power and strength, but then he was using a cocktail of PEDs to build up even more power and strength beyond that of his weight class. And that's what we saw in the opening bell when he hit Devin Haney with the check hook while Devin Haney was throwing the jab. Now people say, well, Devin Haney was getting caught with certain shots by Ryan Garcia. Yeah, he was getting caught with certain shots. But if Ryan Garcia didn't have that power, he'd have got caught with those shots, but he'd have taken the punishment much better. And don't do like Devin wasn't doing good work in there, because Devin had won at least 7 out of the 12 rounds. And he probably would have won some of those rounds that he got dropped in because for a moment or two, he was sleeping on the shots. But he got away with it in other fights because the guys wasn't coming in with freakish power. Power outside of their division. Power outside of their class. You're not supposed to be carrying that kind of power. And Ryan Garcia, remember, this was supposed to be a super lightweight fight. So this motherfucker not only came in a welterweight, but he built and bulked up himself, and he had the power, speed, quickness, and everything of like a guy who was fighting at middleweight. It was like Devin Haney was getting hit by a middleweight. It's kind of like that. Because it's so amped up. It's like Ryan Garcia on steroids. Well, it literally was Ryan Garcia on steroids, but Ryan Garcia, amped himself up. So it's where his power would have been like a 1, it's now like a 9. Where his strength would have been like a 2, it will now be like a 12. Right? He was freakishly strong and freakishly powerful. And even then, Devin Haney was able to wobble him in round 3 with timing and mixing up the shot. Okay? So you got to understand that's what Ryan was saying, Devin Haney, he had a little pop in his shots or whatever. It's because, and he said it. He said it before the fight. He said, I'm strong. I'm strong. I'm strong. And he talked about how he's going to fuck up Devin Haney. And then he also said, and you can go and watch my video, you'll see all this, the receipts that I talked about. Ryan Garcia also said, what if there was a tournament in boxing where you could use steroids? He said that the weigh-in day after the weigh-in. He said that in an interview. Okay? So this guy planned to do this. This is not something where, he was using some kind of extra something and it just came. No, this is not what happened there. So the consequences of this, me personally, I would ensure, to be honest with you, the natural reaction, person like myself or anybody else would have done was hunt for this guy, find him, and kill him. That, quite personally, that's what I would be inclined to do. Okay, because ain't nobody doing that kind of craziness. Okay, take up some years of Devin Haney's life, right? Because your cheating ass cheated, and he is a fucking cheat, like I said. But having said that, also, I believe that ain't nobody, no cheater deserves a rematch. No cheater deserves to fight nobody again. We know this is going to be a no contested bout. Ryan Garcia is going to end up being suspended. These are given. All his conspiracy theories is hogwash. Okay, this is a competent organization called VADA, just like you saw that they're competent organizations, which they very thorough in their testing. Okay, they're not affiliated with nobody. They didn't make no compromises with no fighter. Okay, so I'm not buying that bullshit that VADA, Victor Conte influenced VADA to somehow find him. That's some bullshit. And you're going to have to show that to the commission. You're going to have to prove that to the commission. You know what I mean? Now, besides that, this dude, quite frankly, he's showing disregard for it. He's making jokes about him doping. So, quite frankly, this motherfucker need to get kicked out of the sport of boxing. Luckily, Devin Haney wasn't harmed more than he was. And again, it's because of his defense and other factors that he had in the game. People are talking about certain flaws that Devin Haney has. Devin Haney has no flaws. That bow and arrow shit, Floyd do it too. When you are far away from your opponent, you're going to have to reach in sometimes and throw the bow and arrow jab. Haney just happened to be countered with the jab, but he then masked the jab with feints. That's how he was able to dictate using the jab, still walking down Ryan Garcia. Okay. That wasn't the reason Devin Haney got caught the other 3 times, sorry. The first time he got caught was because his hand was down and he was in no man's land. The second time he got caught was because he was moving straight back and Ryan caught him with the last shot, which was a hook, which was partially blocked by Devin Haney, and still the power was so much that it still dropped him. And the third and final knockdown, which Ryan knocked down Devin Haney with, had to do with a combination he was throwing. And Devin Haney was just close enough that he got clipped with the right hand and then came back with the left hook, put him down. But I don't see Devin getting put down by Ryan Garcia if he was at 140, both of them on 140 pounds, or both of them on 143, and Ryan wasn't doping. Okay, and you could see it. That Ryan's arms are 3 times the size of Devin Haney's arms. His neck is huge. You see people with big necks and big arms like that, and you know they was lanky and skinny, and now they just got this big neck and big arms. You know they doping. Bumgarner's doping. Because she came out and open and said, she got a bigger neck. She got a bigger neck than me. They doping. So, consequences. Yeah, Devin Haney and his camp should sue Ryan Garcia for aggravated assault and battery. And the New York State Athletic Commission should suspend Ryan Garcia for 2 years or more. Ryan Garcia, though, is a money-making kind of guy, just like Canelo. And he's one of the faces of boxing. So he may get a slap on the wrist. Now, for those people saying, oh, Haney need a rematch with Ryan Garcia, he demands a rematch because he got demolished by Ryan Garcia, which is not true. He did not get demolished by Ryan Garcia. He got dropped 3 times. That's true. But, he kept on walking down Ryan Garcia for the whole fight. He kept pushing the action. He was being outsmarted at times, but he was the one pushing the action. And you pushing the action all the way up into the 12th round, you ain't getting dominated by nobody. Okay? Now, having said that, the other thing I want to say is that I have a lot to say, but I don't have enough time. So I would say that Ryan Garcia The repercussion of this for his career is definitely tainted his win. His win is tainted. It showed he did not want to face Devin Haney on an even playing field. Never was in his mind. He decided he was going to cheat to win. I thought he was going to fight Devin Haney dirty in the ring. He fought Devin Haney dirty outside the ring, preparing for Devin Haney. The surprise he tried to give the boxing world was fake. It was built on fakeness. So that's what I got for you guys. I'm what you need. Don't forget you can subscribe to this channel. You can also share, like, and you can support via PayPal, which is the link here. If you want to hop on here as a guest, don't forget you can hop on here as a guest. But what you need about to get out of here. I want to wish you guys a very blessed day and a very blessed time. I decided to take my time and say this because I realized this dude was microdosing. That's what he was doing. Talking about it. He had an unbelievable training camp. Yeah, you had an unbelievable training camp because you're cheating. That's what you doing, bitch. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. I'm going to catch you guys later. I'm what you need. Peace.